hydrant. Yolanda Spearman is with me today. And if you don't know Yolanda, you better have about 5 cups of coffee and about 6 Red Bulls to keep up with her energy because this woman is just out there and out of control. And she's just so much fun to be with. I got to meet her for the first time at Mavo in 2022 and was in some of her seminars. And it's just, she exudes energy. And so you really want to check out what Yolanda does. She, of course, is a voice artist. You can get her at yolandavo.com. But she has about 25 other URLs that are that you could find if you Google her name. I mean, you get stuff for pages and pages, from getinspiredagain.com, and I'm sure there's so much else out there. She's an author. She's written 2 books, one on relentless execution, and she put a book out called My Joy Journal, which is just cool to have. She's also listed on the African American Voice Actor Database. I didn't even know that existed. And I was looking at it and I'm going, well, is this one of your projects or is this a project that's been out there for a while and I'm just ignorant about it?
No, it's a project that's been out there for a while and you can get on their database. And it's really cool because people who are often looking for diverse candidates to do things, they could actually go there, see our demos, and they could actually listen to our demos and pick a person of color.
Right, right. So, okay, then I discovered that. That was cool. Um, she's from Detroit, Michigan, and I have a special place in my heart for Detroit. We'll talk about that in a little bit. She calls herself unapologetically black and unmistakably charming, which she's both, no question. And we're talking about voiceover, but this is a side hustle for her. She's a corporate trainer and speaker with Harley Davidson, the Ford Motor Company. She's had over 26 years in the automotive and power sports industry, careers in sales and training. So I don't know when she sleeps, but it's got to happen at some time. She's taught over 300 seminars and workshops. I'm so happy to have her here. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. It is so exciting to be here. I'm so happy to be with all of you. This has been a wonderful joy journey for me. And yes, I am Yolanda Spearman, and a lot of people call me the voiceover lady. That's how a lot of people know me, as the girl who does those voices. I love every single thing that I do. I do write and I do speak, but really, my company is Impactful Voices. And the point of my organization is specifically to allow people like you and me to have a voice, because often we sit in rooms where we don't feel heard. And specifically, women, specifically people of color, we often are allowed to come into a room and into a place. We may be invited into the space, but we might not be allowed to actually share what we feel, what we think. And even if we do, sometimes our opinions are not taken seriously and are often maybe overlooked or not implemented. So, Impactful Voices does just that. So, what I do with my voice is I allow other people's stories to be heard, to be told, and to be said in just the way that they want it to be.
Talk about your journey a little bit in how you went from the corporate side and started to get into the VO side. I mean, was that where Impactful Voices kind of came into being, and did that whole thing shape up all at the same time? And you thought, oh, this would make sense doing going this way.
Yes, yes, and yes, and yes. And really, I'm telling you, it is all yes, because truthfully, I was working in that corporate, you get that rat race, that corporate rat race, and you're just going and going and
Oh
going. And
yeah,
like again, it's like every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. You get up in the morning, you get down. So every single day I was doing that, and I was trying to move up that corporate ladder. I was doing all the things, meeting all the people, kissing all the rings that I needed to kiss. And as I did all that, and I felt like I was kissing a lot of butts too, but as I did all that,
I
I
wasn't
was
gonna
like,
say that.
I mean, hey, I left that door kind of open. But as I did all that, I felt like, okay, I am ascending and I am going up and I'm doing great. However, what's happening in here?
Mm,
I wasn't feeling fulfilled. Sometimes I felt like a mushroom. I felt like the real me. Can the real Yolanda please come out? Remember that show way back in the day? My mom
Right.
and daddy told me about that. I'm not old enough to have seen that.
Yeah, to tell the truth, will the real please stand up? And it's like, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And I honestly could not, because the real me was too big, too vivacious, too all that in your face. People literally would say to me, Yolanda, if you want to move up in corporate America, you're going to have to learn how to temper that a little bit and how to bring that in some. I had, yes, yes. So I had that corporate voice. So when I was like, hello, my name is Yolanda. Such a pleasure to meet you. And I wasn't, so where was me? Where was this girl? She was hidden. And
yep.
honestly, I'm going to tell you this. This is going to make you laugh for real. It took me until actually not that long ago. So I started doing voiceover and I started doing voiceovers and I started finding success in that about a long time ago. But I thought it had to be this voice. The hello, welcome to the hydrant voice. I thought it had to be that voice until about, I don't know.
You
This is,
saying I have a corporate voice? Is that what you just
I
said?
am saying you have a
Okay,
fantastic
fine. Go
voice.
ahead. Sorry.
But then, like about a year and a half ago now, I met Dave Walsh. Dave Walsh said to me, girl, what in the world are you doing? And I was like, Dave, I'm doing voiceovers and people like it. They're buying it and they're paying me a lot of money. And he was like, and who the hell is she? Now, for people who don't know, Dave Walsh is a white gay guy who was teaching me how to be a black girl. Come on.
We just conjugated America right there.
I mean, for real, everybody. And I was just like, Dave. He was like, what the hell is that? He was like, the magic is in you being you. And you have been so caught up in all this corporate stuff, you done lost your magic. He said, but you know what? We're going to get your magic back. And do you understand how freeing? That was such a freeing moment. Now, and I had
Sure.
not incorporated my business at the time. I incorporated my business because I realized that is what I had been looking for. The moment to be free. Once that happened, that was only so now mind you, I'm doing voiceover, voiceover, voiceover. I'm getting paid. I was in Arizona last week traveling for Harley Davidson. And when I that night somebody asked me, could I come in and just do a read for them? They wanted to just hear my voice. So I went to the studio. It was late at night, did the read. And and then, our little banter in between reads, when you're in the studio, you have banter. So in between, I was just like, da, 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 and the guy stopped me and said, excuse me, can we get a read in that voice? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, your regular voice. And light bulb moment. He was like, he said, we just like the regular you. And I was just like, dang it. Again, here it comes again and again and again. People pay for me to be just me. And that's
And,
what,
and let's call it what it is. I mean, right now, given everything that has gone on in this country in the past 10, 12 years, you, as you, are a real hot commodity right now.
that's true.
You know, that if you can be yourself and bring that special Yolanda personality into all your stuff, you got it made.
I mean, really? Do you know how hard it is to keep that though? Because
I understand.
it's so hard because you feel like it's not polished. You feel like it's not right.
But that's all up here.
It
I
is.
mean, because everyone out here is saying, "No, it's right, it's good, we want more, we want more, we want more," and up here you're going, "No, they don't," because I go through the same mental gymnastics that everyone goes through. And it's just like, "This can't be right," but
Oh my goodness. You know who really helped me, who has really been helping me, and I actually have done a few sessions with him. I'm gonna do a few more is Everett Oliver. He always told me, Yolanda, you need to lose all of that. And I was like, lose what? All of that extra enunciation and it's all proper. And I'm like, oh, all of the T's and the he was like, speaking is messy. Be yourself. And I'm just like, "Everett." And he was like, "Everett." And I'm like, "Shut up!" And he was like, "That's what we want. We want the regular part of you." You know what has really helped me to grow and to really get better is so I do corporate America stuff. So in
Right.
corporate America, I am more straight laced. So that is kind of my everyday. My everyday is my straight lace. Hey guys, this is how we have to do it. And at work, I get to kind of take all that off.
Yeah.
So what Dave has me do is literally take it off. So I kind of literally take it off. And then I start talking to, and he always tells me, pick your person. So I pick my husband. And so I come home, and whenever I get a script, I put my script up, and I go, "Hey, honey, blah 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 blah," blah," and I start talking to him, and I read the script as I talk to him.
Right.
And whenever I do that, when I'm talking to him, I read it first plain, just vanilla, just to see, just to get through the humps and the commas and how it
Right.
should flow. Then after I do that, then I say, "Hey, honey, da 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 da," and man, when I do it that way, and I even let my improvisation happen naturally. And sometimes I turn that in. Like if I go, oh, for real? No. And even sometimes a little will show up in there. I had somebody call me because I was like, "Oh!" One lady literally called me back from who is it from? I can't remember. I She called me back and was like, "You did this thing." And I was like, "What thing?" She said, "You did this thing." And I was like, "I really don't know the thing." And she said, "You said, ah!" And I was like, "Oh, you like that?" She was like, "Could you do that again?" What I am gonna say is the cool part is that in voiceover, that is why I love it. So people say, I don't call it a side hustle. I call it a dual career because I
Okay.
literally hustle as hard. I work as hard in voiceover as a and I love my microphone. We have a love relationship. I was out of town this week and I had my spare. So I travel with my little road. I have a whole little
Right.
setup that I travel
Well,
with.
I got to use my
And
road here.
I got home, and when I got home, I was like, "I'm back." And it was just like, "I can't," and I just sat down here and recorded, and I just stayed. I told my kids, "Stay on up there. Mama's in her space." It's like coming home.
I can see therapists all over the country writing this down going, "Oh, we gotta work with this woman. She's got some serious problems."
And one of the other things that I really, really like is I get requests a lot for people to do pitches. So they'll often ask me to do a pitch for their business. I
Mhm.
did one the other day where it was a pitch for a company that was trying to do a marketing promo and they were trying to get this particular campaign. And I love doing stuff like that because I am now the voice of somebody else's dream. So I am the voice trying to help to push their dream across the finish line. So when I get to be that, for me, I get a chance to think like that. Like I'm okay, come on, y'all. We're in this together. I can see where you're trying to go. And okay, I see it. Okay, I can see it. All right, let's see if we can do this. And I read it with the same verve and the same vigor as if it was my pitch to try to get it across the finish line. And that's why I like it so much. And I get a whole bunch of people who ask me to do things like that. I mean,
Right.
just like I speak on leadership or I talk to leaders. A lot of people who ask me to do voiceovers are people asking me to speak to other leaders because that's what I do. I like that. So, to me, I always tell people, Jim, I said it when I talked, the riches are in the niches. So when you find your niche, I promise you, you will find your opportunity to earn more because the riches are in the
In
niche.
the niches, yes, I had that drilled into my head in Mavo, so thank you very much. Let's move on so I can ask you some of these ridiculous questions because I'm sure these will bring up some interesting conversations as well. If you were an ice cream flavor, what would you be?
Chocolate.
Can't argue with that. Uh, what song should play every time you walk into a room?
It's gonna be a good day. Hey, gonna be a good day.
Uh-huh. What advice would you give yourself at age 15?
Be yourself every day.
Yeah, because at that age, we're still trying to find out who we
Who
really
we
are
are.
anyway. Yeah.
Yes.
What movie makes you laugh no matter how many times you've seen it?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. What movie makes me laugh? Oh, who do I laugh at? I don't know which one makes me laugh. I have a cry. I have a heartfelt. So I have Sound of Music. I have Wonder. It's a Wonderful Life. Those are my favorites. Top Gun is like my intensity favorite.
You just like to watch the volleyball scene with that. Give me a break.
But those are like my favorite variety of places. But then laughter, I don't know. Oh, Rush Hour, because I love to say, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" I say that all the time, so I'll say that.
Who would play you in a movie about your life?
Mm. In a movie about my life, Regina King,
Mm, be a good pick. What food will you absolutely not eat under any circumstances?
seaweed.
Seaweed?
Oh yes,
I don't think you'd get much argument there. Okay. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
racism.
What's your favorite curse word?
Shit.
That's good. We've been getting the same one over and over, but I like that. Okay, let's do I'll give you two things and you tell me what your preference is. It's like an either or kind of thing. Pineapple pizza or candy corn?
Pizza.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Over.
Texting or calling?
Texting.
Reese's cup or Milky Way?
Reese's.
Passenger or driver?
Driver.
Yeah, what a surprise. Um Eggs, omelet or scrambled?
Omelet.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Horror movie or comedy movie?
Comedy.
But you can't come up with one that makes you laugh.
I know, but I just like to.
Would you rather have telekinesis, the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, the ability to read other people's minds?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if I want to read people's minds because you might be scared, but I would want telepathy.
Would you rather have all traffic lights you approach be green or never have to stand in line again?
Never have to stand in line again.
Would you rather know the history of every object that you touch or be able to talk to animals?
Be able to talk to animals.
Would you rather own a car with a horn that plays YMCA every time you touch it, or own a car with your favorite cartoon character painted on the side?
I want to play YMCA. Hey, that would be the bomb car. They would be so mad at me. They'd be like, "Here come Yolanda." Hey.
Would you rather have whatever you are thinking appear above your head in a bubble for everyone to read, or have absolutely everything you do be live streamed for everyone to watch?
I would rather have the bubble
Why?
because most of my stuff is pretty PG, pretty
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate
It's
it.
fun. It's fun.
It is fun. I was so looking forward to this, and after meeting you at Mavo, all that energy is just unbelievable. So you can touch base with Yolanda at yolandavo.com. Is there another URL people could focus on? Because I could pick from a dozen, but is there another one that you want people to really know about?
If people want to actually get the emails and tips from me specifically, so Yolanda at yolandavo.com is my email address, but my website where people can actually get inspirational little posts and little, feedback, little blog posts or something like that, you go to getinspiredagain.com. That's Get Inspired
Inspired.
Again. If you go
Right.
there, you'll get fun stuff and you can shop and you can buy my books or my journals or any other fun thing that I come out with. You'll be able to purchase it all there. And that is all me.
And if you
Speaking
go
of, I'm coming
to
out with
you
a game too. I'm coming out with a game. I'm gonna do that game at our next Mavo event. So I'm gonna have my game there. It's called It's Emotional, and it's a fun game. It's gonna be so much fun. It's a card game. You get to read your sentence and express your emotion. We get to see how good you can be.
well, we know how Mavo's gonna go next year, so we'll find out. People will be lined up to play that.
Yes.
Again, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you so
And,
much.
we will see you next time on The Hydrants.
Yes. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.